Your spirit matters, more than your hustle, more than your success, more than your to-do list. So today, I want to ask you something most people never pause to ask. How's your soul? Not your goals, not your bank account, not your social media. How is your spiritual health? Today's your check-in. No pressure, no guilt, no pretending, just truth. Let's talk about it. Before we jump into today's video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below. Your support helps me massively, and together, we're building something that can truly change lives. Let's grow this movement. One like, one comment, and one soul at a time. Now let's get into it. Why you need a spiritual check-in. You check your phone, you check your weight, you check your money, you check your schedule. But when's the last time you checked your spirit? The part of you that no one sees, but God always hears. Because here's the truth. You can look good on the outside, but still be crumbling spiritually on the inside. You can be praised and still feel far from God. That's why today is a moment to get real. No shame, just alignment. Signs your spiritual health needs attention. You might be spiritually drained if you feel disconnected during prayer. You've stopped seeking God like you used to. You react with fear instead of faith. You rely more on motivation than meditation. You're moving, but you're not being led. You feel numb during worship. You've stopped being still altogether. It's not that God left. It's that life got loud, and your soul got quiet. But that silence, it's not the end. It's the beginning of realignment. Spiritual health is more than religion. Let's be clear. Spiritual health isn't about checking off devotionals. It's not about perfect church attendance. It's not about how many scriptures you can quote. Spiritual health is relationship. It's intimacy. It's depth. It's waking up and saying, God, I don't have it all figured out, but I want to hear you today. It's letting God into the real version of you, not just the version people expect. Where did you last feel close to God? Take a moment. Think back. Where were you the last time you felt God deeply? Maybe it was a quiet morning, a walk in nature, a song that stopped you in your tracks, a prayer that hit different, a time of worship that brought you to tears. That moment? That wasn't random. That was alignment. That was spiritual health. And the beautiful thing is, you can return to that space anytime, because God never left. You just stopped checking in. Spiritual burnout is real. Some of you are spiritually exhausted, not because you don't believe, but because you've been running on religion instead of relationship. You've been pouring out without being poured into, serving without surrender, reading without resting. And now your spirit is tired, dry, worn out. You need rest, not laziness, holy rest. The kind that says, God, I don't want to perform, I just want to be with you. That's what revives your soul. How to start checking in with your spirit again. So how do you do it? How do you begin checking in with your soul daily? Sit in silence, just 5 minutes. Let your spirit speak. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling today? Read one verse, but listen to it slowly. Pray without a script, just talk, be raw. Journal your prayers, even the ugly ones. Take a walk and talk to God out loud. Write down what you're grateful for, name the blessings. Ask God to search your heart. Then sit with what comes up. Spiritual check-ins are about presence, not perfection. What a healthy soul feels like. Let me remind you what it feels like when your soul is healthy. Peace, even in chaos. Joy that doesn't need validation. Calm when others are panicking. Wisdom before reaction, stillness inside. Faith that flows, not forced. A heart that's soft, not guarded. A voice that prays without fear. That doesn't mean life is perfect. It means you're anchored, rooted, aligned. That's what happens when your spirit is nourished. When you don't feel God, but still want Him. There will be days where you don't feel God. When your faith feels dry. When your prayers feel unanswered. When worship feels like routine. That doesn't mean you're spiritually dead. It means you're human. But here's the test of true spiritual health. Will you keep seeking even when you don't feel it? Because love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the stillness. Sometimes it's just showing up. God honors the intentional check-in, the quiet surrender, the consistent reaching, even when it's messy. Let this be your reset. So if your soul's been heavy, if you've felt far from God, If you've been surviving spiritually instead of thriving, let this be your reset, not a guilt trip, a grace trip. Let today be the day you say, God, I want to check in again. With you, with myself, with my soul. Your spiritual health matters. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. So ask yourself right now, how's your soul? And whatever the answer is, God's not running away from it. He's already right there. The silent weight you've been carrying. You've been strong for too long, smiling through the stress, showing up even when your spirit was running on empty, handling things people don't even know you're handling. And it's gotten heavy, hasn't it? You didn't say anything, because maybe you thought you weren't allowed to fall apart. But managing doesn't mean pretending you're okay. Managing means being honest about what you feel, and learning how to breathe through it instead of breaking under it. Step 1. Slow down to see clearly. Let's start here. Slow down. When life feels unmanageable, it's usually because we're sprinting through a marathon. You can't manage anything you won't slow down to see. Slow down enough to hear your own thoughts. Feel what's really going on in your spirit. Notice what's overwhelming you and why. When you're always rushing, life becomes a blur. When you pause, clarity begins. Step 2. Write down what you're carrying. Grab a pen, a notebook. Dump everything you've been mentally juggling. Deadlines, conversations, regrets, to-do lists, bills, dreams, worries. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to make sense. But once it's on paper, it's no longer just in your mind. This one step alone can change your life because it shows you. Some of what you're carrying isn't even yours. Some of it can wait. Some of it can be delegated. And some of it just needs to be surrendered to God. Step 3. Stop trying to do it all at once. Multitasking is not a flex. It's often a sign that we don't feel safe slowing down. If you're trying to be everything to everyone, you'll eventually become nothing to yourself. You manage by doing one thing at a time, fully, with presence. What's the next right thing you can do? Do that. Then move on to the next. Stop chasing 10 goals in 10 directions. Pick a focus and follow through. Step 4. Set boundaries that protect your peace. If you're overwhelmed, chances are something, or someone, is crossing a boundary you never clearly set. You can't manage your life if you're constantly reacting to everyone else's. You need boundaries, time boundaries, emotional boundaries, spiritual boundaries. It's okay to say, I can't do that today. I need time to think. That's not my responsibility anymore. God didn't call me to fix everything. Managing isn't just about organizing your day. It's about protecting your mind. Step 5. Give yourself permission to rest. This part matters. You're allowed to rest. You're not lazy for pausing. You're not irresponsible for needing a mental break. You're not weak for saying, I'm tired. Rest is part of management. When your phone battery gets low, you don't throw it out, you charge it. So why don't you do the same for yourself? Your soul is crying out for stillness. Answer it. Step 6. Talk to God about what you can't handle. Here's the real truth. You weren't meant to manage everything. Some things were meant to be placed in God's hands. You're doing all you can, but you're not God. That fear you keep battling, that pressure you feel to hold it all together, that storm inside your chest, surrender it. Management doesn't mean control. It means trusting God with what's too big for you. Let Him hold what you can't. Step 7. Create small systems that make life easier. You don't need a whole new life. You need better rhythms. A morning routine that grounds you. A journal to release thoughts. A planner to space things out. A walk to clear your head. A phone-free hour each day. A weekly check-in with yourself. Managing life means putting in small systems that protect your peace before chaos shows up. Don't wait until you break. Prepare while you're still whole. You can manage, just not alone. So if no one told you this today, you're doing better than you think. You've made it through things people didn't even notice, and you still showed up, still trying, still growing. That's strength. But you don't have to manage this all alone. Let God help you. Let peace guide you. Let grace carry you. And from this day forward, you don't just survive life, you manage it. With calm, with clarity, with courage, and with God. This is seeing unlimited greatness. And this was your reminder that you're not failing, you're managing. and you're not doing it alone. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep pushing forward, there are links in the description where you can donate. Every contribution helps us reach more people, do more good, and keep this mission alive. There's also a store down below where you can grab something for yourself, or even better, a gift for someone you care about. It's a simple way to spread love and let someone know they matter. We're all just trying to grow, to become better, to rise above the noise and step into who we're really meant to be. And I truly believe change is possible, the kind of change that creates a ripple effect and helps others see the beauty still left in this world. This channel is about real growth, real transformation, and I'm here to give you a front row seat to what that looks like. Raw, honest, and grounded in purpose. God is within all of us, and my goal is simple: to reflect that light as clearly and powerfully as I can, for you and for the world around us.